It started with a stench that could choke a skunk. One minute, Susan and her campers were grilling burgers in my pasture. Next, a vile wave of septic sludge roared across the field. Tents collapsed, fires sputtered, and screams erupted as families scrambled, slipping in the muck. Kids sobbed, coolers bobbed, and Susan stood shrieking, her fancy boots sinking into the brown mess. What they thought was a public park was now a septic nightmare. As chaos unfolded, I smirked. This wasn't a fluke. It was justice. That land was my family's ranch, handed down for generations, and Susan's arrogance had hit a wall she couldn't sweet-talk. I grew up on that Texas ranch. Earliest memories: chasing lightning bugs, trailing Dad to fix fences, tinkering with the old well pump. Grandpa carved those acres post-World War II, hauling stones for borders still standing. To outsiders, it's just hills and a weather barn. To me, every inch is family history. Ranch life's gritty cattle to feed. Hay to bale, but there's pride in the sweat. Dad said, "Your land, your spine. Trespass, and you feel a crack." He was right. So imagine my fury when the HOA crept closer. First, a sidewalk stretched past the boundary. Then a sign for community trails appeared by my gate. I let it slide, thinking sloppy planning. Who mistakes a ranch for a park? Then Susan showed up, blonde ponytail, yoga gear, voice like a buzzsaw. HOA president. Not for smarts, but for outshouting everyone. She loved controlling lawns, but my empty acres? Her obsession. "Imagine the value if this were a rec zone," she said, dead serious. I laughed, thinking she jested. Nope. The HOA subdivision hugged my western fence-identical houses, manicured yards, gossip over hedges. My open fields were their eyesore, begging for progress. I lived and let live, ignoring their tacky gnomes and leaf blowers. Stay off my land, I figured. But Susan didn't respect boundaries. She thrived on breaking folks till they bent. When I didn't, she aimed to shatter me. First campers hit my field one morning. Coffee in hand, I froze. A blue tent sat amid my grass, a family cooking bacon. Lost, I thought, parks miles away. They smiled. Susan said this is the new community camp. The words burned. I stormed her cul-de-sac, demanding answers. She grinned, sipping kombucha. "Chill, it's camping. Our lots are small. Your ranch is perfect. Be honored." Honored? Strangers trampling my hay, tossing cans, sparking fires near my barn? I snapped. "Private land." "Done." She leaned in. "Progress wins. HOA says so." It wasn't neighbors, it was a land grab veiled as unity. Tents multiplied. Trucks rutted crops. Kids chased my goats. Adults littered. Each dawn brought damaged footprints, trash, insults to my legacy. Complaints got. Susan okayed it. She strutted, clipboard in tow, assigning spots like she owned me. To campers, she was queen. To me, a thief. I tried reason, hoping sense would dawn. Susan wasn't sensible, she was greedy, cunning. I felt my patience snap. On that ranch, I was its guardian. She'd started a war. Her plan wasn't random, it was a staged HOA ambush. I attended their meeting, not a member, but watching since my land bordered theirs. Usually dull fights over mailbox colors, pool fees. That night, Susan glowed, tapping her clipboard. "We thrive on shared values," she preached. "But we lack shared fun. I propose a community campground, family bonds, kids and nature, closer ties." Claps. I choked. She pointed at a map, circling my ranch. Perfect spot. Eyes on me. I stood. "That's my land, private." She laughed. "Don't be greedy. It's unused, no events, no builds. Why hoard while we need space?" Her fake pity stung. I held back. "It's mine." She waved papers. "Surveys show families want this. For kids. For values." Nods, cheers. Nobody asked. Rights, just how fast to pitch tents. I slammed the table. "You can't take my ranch for your picnic. It's generational, not your playground." Gasps. Susan purred. "No drama. We're repurposing." Civic duty. A boar guy chimed, just field share it. Another. Kids need play. I pictured Fire's litter, spooked stock, and erased heritage. They bought her pitch, too timid to question. Her kicker. If he fights, it's community land. One man can't hog it. Hog. My toil agreed. I left fist tight, cheers stinging. They saw me as a grump blocking fun. Susan wasn't testing lines, she was rewriting them. Next day, flyers hit. HOA camp out open. Crowds rolled in tents, coolers, chairs. Susan played ranger, directing chaos. I haven't acted yet. While she basked, I plotted. Post-meeting, my ranch became a circus. Dawn shores. No pest UVs block my barn. Tents sprouted, kids trampled clover, and a guy set a grill like it was a state park. Sparks flew near dry grass, my heart pounding. I yelled, "What's this?" A mom grinned. "Susan's Camp Outgreet, right? You're trespassing me ranch." Shrug. Susan says shared. Join us. Join? Blood boiled. Cars jammed paths. Music shook walls. Teens spooked sheep. A dad smirked. Relax, Susan cleared it. Spotted her, whistle shrieking, latte in hand. Saw me, beamed. Beautiful, huh? Families, soaring values. I snapped. Destruction. Private land. She scoffed. Private's old news. It's wasted. Wasted? Feeds my herd, my kin. She shooed kids off my fence. Mine is toys. Then, relax, quit being selfish. Selfish? She made me the villain. By dusk, litter-piled cups, cans, suds in my creek. A stake pierced my hose. Kids swung from barn rafters. I barked, they laughed. Mom, lighten up. Exhausted policing my own dirt. Night, porch-bound, coffee cold, fires flickered. My haven, a frat bash for entitlement. Susan would push harder. Thought burned. War's on. Day 3. Rancher wreck trampled grass. Trash stench, broken posts. Stock skittish, routine gone. I stormed in. Sun-baked beer reeks. Folks lounged. Kids swung from trees, and dogs chased foul. Susan in sundress, clipboard tucked. No pleasantries. Ends now. She turned, mourning, rancher, proud of wreckage, vandalism, laugh, dramatic community spirit. Low, trespassing, out, smile faded. HOA rules. The majority wins. Not a vote-me deed. Wave, lines bend for good. Deny kids nature. Guilt, her trick. Whisper, outnumbered. Who's believed? Smug lit me. Jaw set. This is mine. Family bled for it. Cross again, regret. Brow up, threat. Promise. Her laugh drew stares. Ignore him hates progress. The crowd mocked. Outnumbered. Backed off. Her taunt ringing, HOA wins. Porch fistballed. Humiliated on my land. Dad's words, bones ached. Not angry resolved. Susan's power, illusion. I'd break it. Tried legal first. Sheriff. HOA docs show you civil, not criminal. Jaw dropped. My deed. Courts. County clerk. HOA filed temp rec use approved. That's mine. File dispute takes time. Lawyer. You'd win, but costly slow. No injunction sans hard harm. Home. Campers prepped more. Susan's flyer. HOA Fest Community Range, X-Ranch. Fraud. Confronted. Fake papers stole. Smirk. Board-backed, county stamped. Lost. Glared. Consequences. Her progress rolls. Night, flyer strewn, fury shook. System failed. Ranch whispered fix. Old septic system, grandpa's for barn waste. Plan formed. Turn her camp into a disaster. Day of the fest snapped. Engines roared, vans, RVs, tents, bounce house, stage for a band. Kids shredded crops. Susan, director badge, barked. Our land prided. Erasing me. Instinct urged storming, but I waited. Noon. Smoke rose. Tunes blared. Susan mic'd. New era. Our campground. Thanks to unity. Cheers. Acting like I gifted it. I snapped. Never agreed trespass lies. Shock feigned. I proposed underused land. Purposed. My legacy. Smirk outvoted. Calm, regret. Laugh, bark, no bite. The crowd laughed, powerless. Night, campers slept. I walked. Boots hit hatch near barn rusted. Secret. Septic pipes. Plans set. Whispered, want camp. Get one. Moonlit, I wasn't dad's warm man. No slashing lesson needed. Assessed like a rancher. Drains, hollows. No reckless villain got stock. Rep. Needed precise, legal. Gathered proof. Pics of litter, vids of dumping, timestamps. No setups, clean evidence. Fixed fences, locked gates, private signs. Called the health line on unsanitary conditions inspectors could shut down. Susan's spectacle thrived. Sour at crowd flips. Whispered to neighbors about values tanking. Nudge paper pal on rights versus HOA story. Flag pics to inspectors. No illegals, just light on shadows. Fest peaked. I struck. Susan staged, beaming. No yelling, walked to the hatch. Lifted, squealed. Kin taught, defend. Quick, ugly. The band played, then stopped. Sheen spread. Water. Laughs. Then panic tents ripped, ground slurped. Stench hit, eyes watered. Screams, wails. Gear drag, cooler sank. Dad hauled the kid, slipping. Susan's face, shock, fury, panic. Clutched a clipboard, shrieking, who? Shades dropped, badge muddied. Small. Accusations flew. Prank? Sheriff. Teen splat. Phone caught at viral pings. Public. Unspinnable. Triumph mixed remorse, kids didn't deserve filth. Cross line. The crowd fled to cars, the air. County rigs rolled, reporters trailed. Cameras loved Susan's ruin. I approached, weary. Quizzed, gave truth. Trespass, fires, county inaction. Know how to. Showed unsanitary, kid risk. Consequences landed. Susan screamed sabotage. Footage spread. Her cheerers turned, griping her lead. County fined HOA health breaches, false filings. The paper exposed shady docs. Susan ousted. Meetings shouted her down. No, McQueen. Ranch healed, slow neighbors helped reseed, fix. HOA cracked, folks questioned dues, rules. Susan's fall sparked rebellion. Ranch on began. Soil mended, goats forgot. Chan Jed no, trusting reason. Rights fragile versus bullies. Stand even messy. Evening, pal leaned. Gave him medicine. Eyed fields, consequences. Not spite for trespass, ego over legacy. Susan learned, poke home, history bites. Quiet now. Grin, stupid games, sludge prizes. Boundaries matter, dignity, heritage. Cross, choose. Let walk or stand. Messy needed. Defend sans permission. What's your take? Comment below. Did the rancher go too far? Or was he right? Share your stand.